Okay, we are live. This is Pete, and we've got Christina and Jacob, and they've been so nice to help me with a peer review for level 3 in Robin Griggs Wood cohort. And Jacob, we're gonna do 2 peer reviews, right? We're gonna we'll do your photos and my photos, and Christina's gonna help on both. Are you gonna share photos too, Christina, or no? I forgot.
No, probably not this time.
All right, you're gonna critique. Awesome.
Yeah, it's all about you two this time.
Awesome. Okay, so however you guys want to do this, I'm game. Jacob, do you want to go first, or? Hello, Jacob, you there? Oh, we got a little lag. This is Pete, and we've got Christina and Jacob, and they've been so nice. That might be me. Who is that? Me with a peer review. That's me. Sorry, hang on. Let me close that. I screwed up. That was me. I have the window, the event open. Okay, point. We're going to start a Hangout on air. You are in the event window. Go ahead and close it. Otherwise, the video will start up automatically. Okay, I learned something. There you go. Okay, Jacob, do you want to go, or do you want to go first with photos?
Hello?
Yes. Hi, Jacob.
Yep.
Hi there. I was wondering, do you want to go first with photos? We'll do peer review first with you.
Okay, that's fine. So I have to share screen?
Yes, go ahead and share your screen and.
Let's see. This is the first time I do this, and that's why I had to do another one.
No problem.
Let's see. So, do you see my screen now?
Yes.
So this is Sydney. Do you see Sydney?
Yes, we do. Yeah. That's
okay.
Great.
So I was in Sydney for a couple of days before we went to New Zealand, and I of course wanted to take a photo of this famous building made by a Danish architect. But there's a ton of photos of it, and I didn't have a lot of time. I caught this one from the boat sailing into the harbor. But I got the composition that I wanted, but it's so ordinary. So I had to do something else with it. So I had it lying around for 1.5 years before I. All right, I hear some echo.
Yeah.
Sometimes headphones help when you're doing a hangout.
So I was in Sydney for a couple of days before we went to New Zealand, and I of course wanted to take a photo of this famous building made by a Danish architect. But there's a ton of photos, so I didn't have a lot of time. I caught this one from the boat sailing into the harbor, but I got the composition that I wanted, but it's so ordinary, so I had to do something else with it. I had it lying around 1.5 years before I.
So, Jacob, I think someone else has a window open. You might have the event.
Right,
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
This is me?
That's it. That's the one.
That's the one there.
All right, it's good. It's a good lesson.
Yeah, we're learning here.
Okay,
So anyway, I did some processing, and I wanted to do some steampunk-like style, and this is what I ended up with.
I really like it a lot, and the reason I like it a lot is because my husband goes to Australia often, and every single time he brings back 10,000 pictures of this exact building, the Opera House, and this is the first time I've ever seen it looking so artistic and unique. So I like this one, and I was hoping that you'd bring this one forward.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I think I wrote a comment in here. I was blown away by this because I know this building, and this is such a unique representation of the building. I've seen 10,000 photos of this building, But this one really spoke to me. You know, it's so hard to get an original shot. And I have to tell you, what I love the toning, and I'm guessing that you flipped the image, maybe, or was that?
Yeah, I did. I can say what I did to it, because
I'm interested.
It's just a really ordinary picture taken in the middle of the day with standard water in the front. But when you then I did some blurring, motion blurring, what do you call it, left to right, and that makes the water looks kind of like a long exposure. And then I did a mirroring of the building, stretched it a bit, and then I gently poked it through somewhere. And that's basically the processing. And then I did something to the colors, of course.
I have to say, like, I really love it also because one of the other reasons I was super excited to be in Robin's cohort is because I want to learn how to do more of this type of composite work, right? For me, I want to make these whimsical images, and this is something like I would aspire to go and try to create.
Yeah.
The other thing I loved about this is that when I first looked at it, I thought it was a spaceship.
yeah, I think you wrote something about that.
Yeah, I totally, it like reminded me of like a spaceship that was like getting ready to take off out of the water or something, you know? And I love that my imagination ran a little wild with it. I think if I'll be honest, there's one thing that I think I would have loved to have seen, but I don't know if it would have made it better, and that's at the very bottom, the top peak of the largest arc in the water. There's just a little bit of space there, and it's, to me, like, it almost looks like it could have gone off the page, and I'm wondering if just a little bit more space would have...
I actually worked on that. The reason I did make more water, but the reason why I didn't was because I wanted to keep the form factor of 3:2. And if I cropped the sky, it started not working.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have loved to have seen it. I don't know if it would have worked. So interesting. I think it's super successful, especially given your goal. Around getting the steampunk look and feel. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Thanks. Next one. Yeah. Again,
this one shocked me.
An ordinary morning without a sunset. And then I created a fake sunset. This is actually straight north. There will never be a sunset out here.
I love it.
I would never have guessed that.
No, I was surprised myself. This is an HDR, so I had 5 photos, and I did this sort of fake sunset in Lightroom, and then I tone mapped it, and then I synchronized the 5 of the images, and then I tone mapped it, and it suddenly looked like a real sunset.
Yeah.
So it's a bit oversaturated to my taste. I'm still working on that.
I think it has a neat quality to it, almost a storybook kind of image to me. I think that if I was going to change anything, and I'm not even sure I would, it's only that the warm colors of the sunset seem to be trapped in the tree and one of the blades. If it could just extend out just a little bit, and does that make sense?
Yeah, I see the same thing. I know the upper windmill arm. It looks like it kind of stopped there almost abruptly.
I think somebody wrote that it should probably fill a bit more in the sky. I think that's true. That's probably one of the things that I haven't published this one because I'm not satisfied yet. But I haven't been able to put the finger on what's wrong.
Well, I will tell you. I think and it's so easy to sit here and wonder what if, right? But I would say that you have so many nice warm tones in the bottom that if the sky winds up being too warm, it might be too much warmth all over the picture. So it might just be.
True.
You know what I mean? It might just be just doing a little bit more around. I have to say, one of the things that really got me, Christina, I was picking up on your point, the storybook kind of whimsical nature of it. The fact that it looks like, to me, when I first looked at this, it looked like the cannon had a helicopter top. In a good way. It was like, I was like, what is that? What is that thing? It got my attention right away, and I think that if the composition was any different, it wouldn't have had that kind of shock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also love, it's hard to pick up a little bit, but the way the mowed grass starts at the brick and goes back into the vanishing point. There's lines there, which I really like, because it gives you the sense of that. You know what it looks like? It looks like this pad with the cannon was actually dragged across the grass to get it here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a neat observation.
Yeah, I hadn't actually noticed that, but there's also another cannon at the far end of those lines.
These are protecting the windmill.
Yeah, it's actually a military citadel in Copenhagen, and I went out on the lawn to take some photos of the windmill, and some military guy came and threw me. It's a public place, but only on the pathways, not on the grass.
Yeah, cool. I like this. Yeah, very good.
Thanks. Did you see this one? This is Copenhagen.
Oh yeah, I know that street.
Famous places.
Yes, beautiful.
Everybody loved this one. It's just fabulous.
Thanks.
I wish I
one
could
of the
see
first
it
times I played with the colors because, of course, it doesn't look like this. It didn't look like this. I changed the colors, and that's what makes the photo.
I love the cool water and sky, and then the warm inner side. It adds that life to the street, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, this is super successful. A lot of times these shots, they wind up being real busy with, you know what I mean, like too cluttered. And this, I really, yeah, I really like this.
And it is a fantastic place also. It's so beautiful.
How did you get the sky like that? What was was that natural, or was it a long exposure?
Yeah, kind of. There are some lines, but then again, I'm pretty happy with the motion blur thing. So there is, I used the radial blur to kind of enhance the lines across, but mostly because they were grainy. I don't know, some kind of fine structure in the clouds that didn't look good, so I just wanted to straighten that out.
Yeah.
I did some similar thing down in the left corner. I did blurring, motion blurring up and down the water isn't that clean. So, and because you have these lines going up and down, you can do that.
Yeah.
And it makes the water look even more smooth than it really is.
So that was, for the water, you used motion blur also?
Yeah, only in the left-hand corner.
Nice, gotcha, got it, yeah.
And you did this in Lightroom?
No, this is an HDR, and I started in Lightroom, then I put it into Photomatix, and then into Photoshop, and then back into Lightroom and do something more.
It's round trips. Cool. What's next?
This is Mont Saint-Michel in France. Fantastic building, a castle in the water, and when there's what do you call it, high tide, it's an island, and when it's low tide, you can walk out there.
Oh wow!
So,
nice.
I'm not entirely happy with this one because I would have loved the land to not touch the trees, but
yeah,
you can't do that though.
I know what you mean, yeah. But I got to tell you, though, the glow that you captured in the street, I love it.
Thanks. It's one of the things that I really like to play with. It's street lamps. I do it a lot.
Cool.
And this is Monaco. I was down there exhibiting some photos And I went out shooting one night, and I really loved those trees.
They don't even look real.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually cut them or what, because they're completely round. And we were talking about, what if one of the trees dies? The whole square dies.
That's one of the things I really love about this is that my imagination again is like, what kind of ladder or truck allows them to get enough perspective to make the trees round? You know, like
Yeah.
it's sort of like it really is mind-boggling. I do love that. I really like the composition and the balance and the leading line into the middle of it. I love that the white building is just black sky in the back. I love that. I think if there was anything behind there, it would have been too busy, you know? Like the fact that I don't know. Christina, what do you think?
About the background?
Yeah, like...
No, I think this is perfect as it is. It's as if you have a sense of almost like a parallel world. I recognize everything that you shoot, but then it has an element to it that's just slightly fantastic. And I think that's what I love most about your photography. And you work well with light.
That's what I like. That is the light. I work a lot with the light. We don't have a lot of landscape potential in Denmark. We don't have any mountains. We don't have any rivers. We don't even have a waterfall. So I have to work with what I have, and that's old buildings and light.
Yeah.
You've done a good job of it.
Yeah, thanks.
Love it. Awesome.
And this is Amsterdam. Light again.
Remember this one? I like this one a lot.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Thanks.
On this one, I remember the only thing I said that I would be tempted to somehow douse the two farthest lamps, the right and left, only because that light is brighter than the light on the bridge, and so my eye tends to ping pong back and forth.
I got that comment on several of my photos that the street lamps are too bright, and I can see what I hadn't noticed that myself. It's great feedback.
Yeah, I tend to agree. No, it's okay. No, it's all right. I tend to agree. I think, but I love that was one of my favorites. I definitely think you should move that one forward. I'm keeping track too.
Yeah.
I am, because it's just hard to remember them all, but I love this one too. This is like fine art, beautiful layers and texture and smoothness, and I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, and this is another one from New Zealand, or perhaps this is the first one from New Zealand. This one, and I have seen photos from. His name is Sisson. He has postcards everywhere down there, and he wrote an article on dynamic landscape compositions, and I really wanted to do something like that. So I was doing long exposure photographs of these ones, but there wasn't enough of waves to get what I wanted. So this is really just an ordinary picture that I once again used the motion blur on left and right. And then I poked the rocks through the motion blur.
You need to do a tutorial.
And then I played with the colors once again.
Jacob, you should do a tutorial on motion blur.
I actually have a few on my web page.
Well, I'll leak a little hint. One of the things that we're going to do in the future is enable apprentices to upload videos as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming. It'll be a few months, but we are working on that.
Yeah. Cool.
Super secret. Don't share it.
No. I share what I know.
It's like a recorded hangout.
Yeah, I get it. Sorry. Yeah, and this is New Zealand as well. I saw that you've been here too, Peter. You have the little church.
Oh, is this at Church of Good Shepherd?
Yeah, exactly. This is further whatever direction. The church is to the right of this picture.
Yes, I know. I'm familiar with that now. Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to make a grand landscape. We don't have this kind of landscape in Denmark. I really wanted to do this kind of photos.
This one I liked. I can't remember that rock is, just to be brutally honest, it's too small to be a foreground for me. Too small to be a foreground object, and it's really hot.
Yeah, that would be my only.
Yeah, the clouds and the color and the way you coaxed the texture out of this thing is remarkable. I love it, but it's the one that's a little hot. I don't know, and that's a tough one, man, because you got the shadow in there. I don't know how you would remove that rock, but
I have removed it. It's possible. And it's not a rock. It's one of these.
It's a buoy. It's a buoy.
You're using for boats or something like that.
Yeah, it's a buoy. I remember that now. I wrote that in there. It's a buoy. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And I can remove it, and I have done so. I haven't decided if I like it or not, but many people don't like it. So probably I also considered removing the moon because it's so small.
Oh goodness, yeah, didn't notice that either. Yeah.
What I think I like about this picture, besides the colors, is the gray cloud, which kind of mirrors the little piece of water down in the beach.
Yes.
And that's what I like about it, really.
Well, there's lots to like about it. The color and the textures, the reflection in that bit of water here in the foreground, and the movement. It's almost like everything's just spilling back towards the horizon, and I really like that.
Yeah, I threw everything I had in my hands and ran down to the beach when I saw what was out there.
Cool.
Whoops.
Next. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is my absolute favorite.
Yeah, this was one of the top in my list, too.
Thanks. This is from London. I get to travel a bit in my work, and then I got up early, 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and then I walked, and I walked down Regent Street, and I looked to the left suddenly, and I saw this pub, and I just, this has got to be amazing. And on the opposite corner there was this guy polishing the brass on another pub. He was looking at me, standing there with my tripod. Something is calling now.
That was me. I silenced it. Sorry.
Yeah, this one to me is an absolute favorite. I don't even know why I love it so much. I think that my only comment was, again, the street lamp was just a little bit bright, but the colors, everything about this appeals to me.
Yeah, this was mine. I think this was my number one for you, Jacob.
Thanks. It's funny because I was surprised when I published it the first time, and on 500px it went 99% point something. I was like, why that one?
There you go. Awesome.
What annoys me is that only one of the street lamps working.
Oh, I see that now.
Yeah, actually, I think it worked to your advantage on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I have one from New York where only one lamp is working too.
Yeah.
It kind of nags me. And this is kind of the same idea from Monaco.
Cool.
Yeah, this again is another one of my favorites because I was saying the blue lights made it seem like there were giant aquariums down at the base of the building.
Yeah, that was what I liked too, apart from the building.
Mm-hmm. The building itself is fabulous. In all your pictures, there's such a crispness all the way through that I have never achieved. I'm amazed.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're super sharp and detailed, and I got to tell you, I love the whimsical nature also. I think you add some of that flair in there, and I'm attracted to that. I want to underscore what Christina said about the cool light in the windows and the warm above. It looks totally like almost like coral and aquarium, like anyway, it really cool. There's a lot of things you could do, like even other composites probably, like put a big shark in there or something,
Oh yeah, but maybe a balloon perhaps.
I would say that the focal point is right there at the face of that building, along with the blue lights below. And so I'm a little troubled by the very bright light. Although it helps draw us back around the corner, it kind of stops me. Yeah.
Yeah. I can dial it down a bit, but it is a problem. I really had it. There are other street lamps that I kind of neutralized, but it's a problem.
Cool.
Well,
Okay, I think this was the last one.
Oh, those are great. Thank you for sharing those. Excellent.
And thank you for the feedback.
Christina, do you have yours? Like, how does this work? Do you guys then kind of say, actually, this is great. Why don't we stay on this screen, and then we can. I numbered the photos 1 through 10, and I have my top 5 that I can tell you what I thought.
So you.
I don't know if it matters to you, but
I would like that.
Did you go to your critique yet with Robin?
No. This is the preparation.
Yeah. Okay. Good. No, I just didn't. Okay. Cool. I don't know, Christina. I don't know. Do you have? You mentioned.
I'm waiting on my critique with Robin.
Okay. All right. What about? Do you have like? How does this work? Do you guys kind of tell each other what you think your 5 should be, or how does that work?
Well, I already did that part. I'm just doing this because when I did mine, I had not done any critiques for anyone else, so I wanted the opportunity to see what it felt like looking at really incredibly beautiful photos like these, and then kind of trying very hard to critique. So I'm here trying to push through my discomfort with critiquing.
Well, I think you did a great job on this one. That was awesome. It was really
Thank you.
Jacob, I'll tell you, my favorites were number 1, Sydney Opera House.
Yeah.
6, the Amsterdam Bridge.
Yeah.
These are my top 3, and then 9, nine, which is the glass blower.
Yeah.
Those are my top 3. I made my own thing up. I said, I'm going to rank them 1 to 5. Those are my top 3 5s. And then my others were 7 and 8. So the Meraki boulders and the beach scene with the buoy were my other 2. Those are, you've got a great selection here. And you know what I might do? I might trade out 8, which is the Church of the Good Shepherd buoy, for Copenhagen waterfront, actually.
Okay.
Because of the buoy. Sorry, I know I'm being pretty forward.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I think I already picked mine. I liked the Opera House. Let me see. 1. The waterfront one, where the boats were on either side. I also liked the next one where it was just the rock alleyway with the 1 lamp.
Yeah.
And I know I like the you know what, I might have picked way too many. I know I like the 2 building ones and the bridge.
The what?
The last 2 with the buildings.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah.
And the bridge also. So it wouldn't be the first time I picked more than 5. It was really hard.
No problem. There's so many great pictures around.
So hard, but you have to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then ultimately,
it's good training to learning to critique one's own work as well as other people's work. It's really, really difficult to kind of realize why is it that you like this and what is it that could be better or different. you don't like. Should we do yours, Peter?
Oh yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah.
I have them here if you want, if you're comfortable
Sure.
with that.
Yeah, no, that makes it easier. Yeah, let's just do it. Perfect.
I commented on this one because I read what you wrote, but I kind of misunderstood it. But actually, it was a fun exercise because what I thought you said it was, can I use some of this with a different background? But you're really writing the opposite. If you could use something for a background, but if you kind of look at this, I don't know what this is called in English really.
It's a dive.
You jump into the water from it, right?
Yeah, diving board. Actually, Jacob, if you could pause for 1 second, I wanted to ask, Jacob, did you get what you needed out of kind of the review?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to pause on there. I just want to make sure. I didn't want to move too quickly. I just wanted to confirm.
No. I think I got what I wanted. Thank you.
Yep. So
for both of you.
This one, I did. There's another image I thought might have made a good background, but for this one, it was the leading line and the idea of this. You know, I wanted to make this diving board look larger than life, right? I wanted it to be like get up front and close and personal. My one regret is that there's not enough water between the tip of the diving board and the dock pier behind it. There's like a thin sliver of water, and I feel now like I should have gone up a bit to get the handles lower and get more water between the diving board and the dock on the other side. That's when I look at it now. But what do you guys think?
Well, you named the only thing that I could think of as well. It's just a change of perspective, so that this feeling that I'm just getting ready to grab those poles and jump off the diving board, I would like to have seen just a little bit more water, but you said that already.
Cool, Jacob.
What I like about it is the twisted perspective. I like to play with that again with the wide angle. There's something about the background that is, I don't know, it's a bit crowded, perhaps more, what do you call it, solitude, empty space, a little much going on, and maybe that's because it touches these small houses, almost.
Well, you know what would be cool? Now I'm inspired. Wouldn't it be cool to take out these trees in the docks and just put sky and water?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that would be great, I think.
Ooh, maybe I'll try to make that one. That'd be a good.
That would be a perfect composite.
Yeah, because then it'd be like diving into infinity kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, and then you could put the man with the roller skates in there.
Okay.
One thing on this one, I think that I mentioned, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I was thinking that I might have warmed it up a bit since you're inviting the viewer to jump into the water, and it feels cold, a little on the cool side.
Okay. Yep.
Like there's going to be a storm.
I'm writing down notes because I might go back and change some of these before I submit them. Just water. Okay, cool, awesome.
What I really like is the texture down on the, what do you call it, the foundation of the diving board.
Yeah.
It's really awesome, and you have this dirt on the boards. I really love that.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you, it is well loved for sure. Kids use that a lot here. So.
Is it your own bridge?
No, this is where my wife. So my wife's from the Midwest, Chicago, and they had a lake house for 35 years, and right in this area in Wisconsin on a lake called Geneva Lake. The city's called Lake Geneva, and yeah, I mean, so she grew up. There's a little raft to the left there, and so she grew up like swimming and playing at this dock, and now we go back every summer, and our kids spend the time there now.
What fun!
Yeah. Very Norman Rockwell-esque. You could probably on Google, a lot of my photos I geotag them. You could probably zoom in on the map on actually I actually know this map. They took the shot in the winter, so all the docks are on the shore, and the lake is frozen over in the Google satellite view. But it's interesting nonetheless.
Oh, neat.
Cool, awesome. Okay.
Next one.
Yeah, sure. Do it.
This is beautiful.
It really is. Where is this? I forgot.
This is Devil's Staircase. It's around the west side of Lake Wakatipu.
On the road to Glenorchy.
Or the east side. It is. It's on the road to Glenorchy. It's on the east side of the lake. Oh, there it is on my map right there. And yeah, I mean, I wrote in the goal I wanted to. I mean, the colors there are out of control. The color of the water is this weird. Jacob, back me up on this, right? The water color. Like, people think you faked it, right? They think you faked it. But it's all the silt and refraction from the glaciers and so forth. Well, I wanted to get that with the greens, and there was all these reds in the plants, and then the striations in the rock. I just kind of, I wanted to bring it all together. It's not. I can't be more accurate in the goal. It's this beautiful shot. I just wanted to remember it.
And it's such a beautiful. The colors are very, very, very beautiful, and I really, really like the rocks that you have. And you've the way the way they're bright, and the lines you have lines going up, and you have lines in the next one going horizontal. I really love it. And then you have the sun and the mountains in the back, and it must be the Remarkables that are on the right?
I think so. I'd have to look on the map. I think they're over there. Yeah.
It's I didn't go down this road, but I would so much have loved it, but there wasn't time.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Glenorchy's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one thing I was wondering about is the right side of the image. If it was too dark, I don't know what you guys thought about that.
I don't think it's too dark. Because there's light on the opposite side. I mean, you can tell the light is patchy. I don't think it's distracting in any fashion. I think it looks real. There is absolutely nothing I personally would change about this photograph.
If I have anything to say, and that's a really minor thing, then it looks like there's a few blown out parts in the water, the sun reflecting, but it's almost impossible to catch. And if you're looking at it with your eyes, it's too bright too, so the eye kind of accepts it.
Yeah.
And the only way you can close it is by having a long exposure or something like that.
Making a note of that as well, because that's a good one. Let's see here too.
I have a thing with I don't want any reflections in my water that are blown out, but sometimes it's just impossible if the sun is reflecting in the water or something like that.
Yeah.
How would you correct it?
This thing.
Jacob?
Sorry?
I said, how would you correct it?
It's motion blur? No.
If it works.
I don't think I would correct it. It's really a minor thing in this photo because it's so great.
Maybe just take it down in Photoshop and mask it out, or even in Lightroom, just use the brush to take down the highlight maybe a little bit.
If you have the information in the raw files, then yes, but you might not even have it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because it is a difficult situation.
Cool. Thanks.
The next one?
Sure, yeah. Oh, yes.
I love this one.
Hobbiton.
What time of the day were you there?
This is morning. Yeah, this is morning and really early. Okay, yeah, so this says 3 p.m. So maybe it wasn't that early, because the time is wrong because I didn't change the time in my camera. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to try to capture the party tree. This was in the movie. You know, they have the big Hobbit party in the Lord of the Rings, and I just wanted to capture that kind of magical setting with the party tree and the Hobbit holes and so forth. So it's really basic gold, really.
That's fantastic. I really like the calmness of this photo. It's the soft light and the mood, and it's really fantastic. I've been here too, but I didn't get anything I could use.
Oh, that's too bad. I think on this one, I may have put it in the comments. What I did when I was in Lightbox was, of course, I zoomed in on it. And just as I started to scroll zooming in, I sort of felt that the process of doing that brought the Hobbit houses a little bit closer. I didn't go quite that close, but just so that you could still get the sun and that nice light, but also to bring in the Hobbit houses, which is such an integral part of that story. Sorry.
Yeah, but then you would cut off the party tree.
Well, maybe if you didn't go in too far, or maybe lose part of the light. I don't know. It's a personal preference.
Yeah, I can see if people didn't know it was a party tree, you could do something like this, and you have this lovely leading line in here.
That'd be a nice composition. I do like that one.
You might have more than one photo in this one.
Yeah, this one is fantastic.
Oh, thank you. It was fun being there. It was kind of fun because after we were done, they invited us into a trial run of a Hobbit feast, and because they started to do this, you can spend the day there and then you can do a dinner, and they have like this real live Hobbit feast, and they bring. I mean, it's crazy. There's pictures on Facebook from us being there. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Very good memories. Cool. Yes, New Zealand.
Yeah. I just love it. I want to go back.
I just want to go.
You should go if you ever get the chance. It's so beautiful, and so many things to do.
Yeah, it's wonderful. These are the Remarkables in Lake Wakatipu, and again, this was just like I said in the note, just the drama and majesty of the whole thing, And I just tried to find an interesting composition, right, that kind of worked. I thought, I always do my landscapes in landscape. Why don't I try to do a portrait style? Try to get some layers in there and that kind of thing.
Actually, I just heard the critique between Robin and Stuart on the way home in the car, and she had some points on doing landscapes in portrait mode. If you're doing it in landscape mode, it gets more calm. But if you do it in the landscape mode, in the portrait mode, you put more drama into it, kind of. I think that was what she said.
Interesting. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see if I bring this one forward. I'd like to. It'd be good to see what she says about it.
I think you should bring this one forward.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna make a star.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Number 4. I'll put a star next to that one.
Put a star on 2 and 3 as well.
Okay. Cool.
Do you have anything to say before the critique on this one?
I'm sorry, Jacob?
Do you want to say something about the goal or something like that before?
Oh no, it was just that I said at the beginning. It was just kind of just capture the majesty and drama of the scene, and try to get the layers and do it in a unique composition, right? So that there's so kind of fit together. I really liked how the grass, the water, the field, and then the mountain and the sky. I was trying to make this layered from top to bottom, but also front to back.
Yeah.
I think you achieved that. I like it.
Very much, very much. I really only have one small thing which I also wrote in the comments, and there's kind of a change in the color in the waters just below where the trees are meeting the water, and that's really it. In the lower side.
Is it the greenish or?
Yeah, it gets kind of greeny, the water. I don't know. Let's zoom. I haven't zoomed. Maybe it's Google Plus pulling us.
No, it's possible. No, it is a little green in there. All right, I'm gonna go correct that.
There's some. Can you see? This is sharp. This isn't really sharp. Can you see that?
Yeah. I'll go do that. I'll look along the edge.
But this is an HDR, right?
I think so. One of the things I've been doing is, well, like, I guess it's still like making a 32-bit image. And so combining exposures to get a 32-bit image, and then just mucking with one image with the highlights instead of putting it through Photomatics. Well, I guess I am doing Photomatics, but I'm just using the.
Yeah. It's still an HDR.
It's still HDR, yeah.
The tone mapping.
Right. Yes. Cool. Well, next one. Oh yeah, here. This is Cabo San Lucas.
I love this one.
Yeah, I love this one too. You have a thing with the flares, and you're using them in the composition. You did that on one of the other ones too. That's a great idea. I've never done that.
Well, this one's a fake flare.
Is it true?
I added it on purpose, and I didn't know if it was going to be successful or not. But I got to tell you, I was standing there, and it was. You talk about like emotion. All these younger kids were out there with their short surfboards. I've got a series of these actually. I posted on Google Plus.
Yeah, and I saw some of the other ones.
And just had a great day out there, and I just wanted to capture kind of this moment, the silhouettes, and these two people in two positions of waiting. And the thought that came to me is like, when you're waiting to ride a wave, a minute seems like an eternity, right? That's what I wrote in my notes here. And so I just wanted to capture that, like the patience or the impatience of it. So
I think you succeeded on that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I did a lot of. This was one of the first times I did a lot in Photoshop. I was like playing with colors and brushes, and so I didn't know if it took on too fake a look,
No. When you say it, I perhaps can see that the flares are fake, and a trained eye might be able to spot it, but it looks great.
Can we zoom in on it?
Sorry?
Can you zoom in on it a bit?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Which part?
This part. I was just I was looking at the flare right above the farthest
Get rid of that dot, maybe.
And I think that would probably be the only thing that I see that I would change.
How about the purple thing up in the sky? Is that natural?
No. The flare. Well, the brightness is, but I definitely added some color. What do you guys think about that? I could really use feedback on that.
I'm not sure that I like it, but then again, if you have the sun within the frame, it does strange things, and sometimes they're pretty cool. But it is a strong color.
Yeah, I think if I remember, what I was trying to do was complement the blue in the sky. But like I said, I don't know if I was successful on that. Anyway.
Have you tried changing the color to, let's say, yellow or orange?
No, you're right. I'm going to write that in, actually. That's a good idea. Perfect. Christina, you were going to...
Jacob beat me to it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I love this one too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, one of my best friends, this farm in Michigan, and this is an apple tree, and there's just all these apples on the ground. Like literally, as I was taking the shot, apples were falling from the tree. They were like getting ripe as I was sitting there. It was ridiculous. And then we made I meant to put this in the notes. Like we made an apple pie out of the apples from this tree that day.
Nice.
Which was great. Now, what's interesting in this photo is that there's a bunch of things that I did. There was a tractor, 3 cars, a soccer goal, a soccer ball, an orange cone, a small shed for the tractor. It was all in here.
Oh, wow.
And
nicely done.
I took it all out because I just wanted the tree with the sun. And then I cloned a bunch of the tree on the right to make it even, like more of a, just, you know, I just wanted these, again, this kind of symmetry and apples, and then I put a bunch of purple to complement. I actually went in, do you guys ever use Adobe's Color, K-U-L-E-R?
No.
Nope.
It's on the web, it's free, and it's awesome, and somehow I was able to get it to work in Photoshop. But when you use your color picker, it'll show you the complementary colors and all the colors around the wheel. And so you can figure out what is the exact complementary color. And it'll also help you choose a set, like a palette. And so I went in and sampled like the green of the tree, and it gave me a complementary color, and then I brushed that in the foreground.
Wow. What was the name of that tool?
It's called Color, K-U-L-E-R.
Thanks. I'll look that one up.
Well, you got to download. They have a mobile app. It is awesome. You open the mobile app, and whatever you point at, it samples the color, and it shows you that color, gives you the hexadecimal value for the color, and then shows you all the complementary colors and the color wheel for it on your mobile phone.
Wow. K-U-L-E-R.
K-U-L-E-R, yeah. I don't know if it's pronounced cooler. I just thought it was color because it's all about color, and they just spelled it differently, you know?
Cooler color, yeah. We'll look it up.
There's a way.
What I really like about this photo is it's very saturated. I like the kind of purple in the grass, and then you have the apples, which are very, very, very neutral, and which makes them pop. The apples on the ground.
Yep.
And I really like that. That really works well.
Are they too faint though? I got to tell you, the natural.
I think that's what makes the apples on the ground.
But what if the color was more yellow instead of?
No, because you have so much yellow in the far behind. I think it would. It would change the photo.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm not opposed to it.
Make it more a little yellow.
Yeah, I mean, you could try. What color are the apples?
Well, they were kind of super green.
You can see them on the tree. They're probably the right color on the tree, right?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
There's kind of a strong vignette down in the left and right corner. Is that natural?
No, I added it.
As it really works well.
Oh, you like that? Okay.
Yeah, I like it very much.
Yeah, I wanted to really bring in the focus to the sun on the tree.
Yeah, you succeeded on that.
No, I was thinking, when we're compositing, you see how there's this big scar in the tree in the middle? What if I was thinking about like cloning and putting bark so it was less? It kind of creates a distraction for me. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a big limb.
Yeah, to get more peace into the photo.
Yes.
Well, it's natural. It's I can see what you're meaning, but I kind of like it the way it is.
You know what I just thought of? Maybe what I'll do is I might do this photo again, and instead of all that work to clone all the stuff on the right, I might just flip the image horizontally and mask in left to right and make a mirror on the right. Because I do like these little trees sticking up. You know, God, I love this because I'm looking at this photo. I actually printed this one. It's in the guest bath. And now that I'm looking at it again, I'm like, I can do better than this.
So you're going to mirror it?
You're learning.
Maybe, exactly. I know, I love it. That's why I love these peer reviews, because you get all these other ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Christina, layering and masking, mirroring the left side to the right side, because it looks too dark. Anyway, I might try it and just see. It may not work, but it inspired me to try something.
Is there something blue in the foreground, right in the shadow of the trunk of the tree?
There's a flare. That's a real flare.
And there's one down here as well.
Yeah.
You got it in the comments, but I think they should be removed.
Okay, let me do that. Take the flares out.
Yeah.
Can we zoom in just a bit?
Sorry?
Can we zoom in just a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's. Can you see the trees on the right of the trunk, and inside the trunk it's a different color?
Yeah.
It's a minor thing, but if you zoom in, you notice it.
What about the halo right on the lower trunk on the right also?
Yeah, I saw that too now.
Halo.
That one. There are some on the left as well. Halos are difficult, as long as they're not distracting.
Yeah. Sharpening in the HDR.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to tell you, it's amazing because you sit here and the more you look at it, the more you start to pick it apart, you know. But it's all accurate, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything else? Because I really do like this one.
I love it.
Maybe that green leaf too. There's a green leaf in the foreground.
Down here?
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Oh, that's what I thought was blue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was seeing that I thought.
There's another one actually, Jacob, back to the left. See it across from the flare? To the left of the flare. Boom. Yeah.
I think I'm getting what you're talking about. You want to mirror this side to this side, right?
No, I want to take the left side and mirror it to the right side.
I think I would do it the other way around.
Do it the other way?
Yeah, because you have two trees down on the left side. I think they're kind of distracting.
Oh, all right.
The perfect piece.
All right, maybe I'll do that. Yeah.
Also, I really do like the lighter leaves on the right side where the sun's really hitting.
Yeah, I love them too.
Yeah, it's just very magical.
I was trying to do that. Oh, cool. I love that. Oh, I got goosebumps just now. Now I'm excited. I'm going to open it up as soon as we're done and do it. I love it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's amazing. So much help. Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Had such a great time here. Oh, this is one of the. I got to take that. I got to take my name out of there, the watermark. So.
Some of the guys don't like it.
What's that?
Some of the guys don't like it, like Trey.
Oh, did he say he didn't like it?
No, he doesn't like names in the watermarks.
Oh, yeah. We actually did a whole hangout on that. So I got an opportunity to ride in one of the only commercial Zeppelins in the United States. And I took this shot. I took a couple. Actually, I have a whole series of air shots from the entire Bay Area. I really should publish that as a collection, maybe.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
It's quite a unique thing to get the opportunity.
I'm writing that down. SF from above. I published some of them in my Google Plus stream. This is from a couple of years ago. But anyway, yeah, sorry. I wanted to get, again, majesty, and I love some of the symmetry in here, how tall buildings, and I was a little bit worried about the ferry building and that boat. The ferry boat is so bright on the left and the right, the two boats, and they're cut off right at the edge of the frame.
Yeah.
Just clone them out.
I like this because it's a very unique position. You don't get to take this kind of photos easily. But there's something about the composition that isn't entirely what do you call it calm. There's a street going. I don't recall the name of it.
Maybe Embarcadero.
Sorry.
Embarcadero.
Yeah, maybe the big one. And I think if you have caught that one straight up, you see what I mean?
Market Street. You mean Market? Yes, from the ferry building. I totally agree. Yeah, it's the one at the tower. The ferry building. There's a blue ferry boat at the bottom, and then there's the big with the clock tower, and then that is directly on Market Street. I agree. There. Yeah, I should look for an earlier shot. I might have.
Yeah.
Have an earlier shot because we were flying north with this to the left of us. So I wonder if I have an earlier shot.
You know, even if you don't, I would think that maybe cropping a little bit to the right might give it more.
Oh yeah. So you get the buildings centered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about the boats being cut off a bit. I mean, you'd have to pull back so far not to cut off something.
Yeah.
I really like this photo. I like that it's unique. I've never seen this perspective ever. Is that fog in the background?
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
So typical of the city, the fog and the sunshine.
Yeah. Sutro Tower back there too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, what about the next one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've got the flares again, and these are natural.
Natural. Oh yeah, that's pure. I mean, this is early in my kind of photography exploration. This is I was just hiking around a local lake here, and I noticed the light. You know, when you get the sun behind something, it kind of bends around. You know, and I got it. I had a UV filter on my. Look, I was using my Canon T3i with the stock 18 to 55 lens on it, and I just tilted my head until I got a flare in the camera in the viewfinder, and I snapped the photo, and that's it. It was like
you need some little forest fairies in this photo.
Yeah, right? I know. I should composite. That's a great idea. I love that.
What was that, Christina?
That he needed some forest fairies in the photo.
Ah, yeah. On roller skates.
You know what would be great is to have, maybe I'll take a composite of my daughter sitting on the stump or something. You know?
You can do a lot with this because what I really like about it is, first of all, you have this kind of round. I don't know. My lens has never done this, and then you have this kind of chair.
Yeah, you have the stump. Yeah.
Yeah, stump chair, but I like it. Poking into the circle.
I got the secret here. The way I got this to do, I don't know what it was, but it was I had to move the camera so that the tree was in front of the sun, and so it was like. Again, it was the way the light was bent, like coming around the tree and then hitting the UV filter and then the internal lens and the elements, and then it was making this. I mean, I did not touch this thing. This is straight out of camera, other than, you know, some contrast and stuff like that. That's it.
Yeah.
It was handheld.
Sorry, an elf?
It was handheld, yeah.
Oh.
No tripod or anything else. So, okay, cool. Thank you, guys.
It's very foresty.
It is, yeah. It's Marin Woods here.
Yeah.
All right, two more. I'm taking a lot of your guys' time here. Yes, this is New York, and again, I just love the autumn colors and some of the symmetry. I did a lot of touch-up to get stuff out of the water. I don't like my big dark spot in the top middle. Anyway, that was
top middle. Do you mean the sky?
Sky. Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I see too. It almost is so bright around the trees, and then just kind of dark. Were you just trying to tamp down some highlights or something?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't remember what had that might have been an oversight.
This is a difficult situation because you have a lot of light in the clouds, and you have the trees with leaves on the clouds. Sorry, on the sky, and that's really, really difficult to get green leaves on so bright a background. It's really, really hard to get working well.
Yeah. Okay.
So this part might not really be dark, but this might be a halo.
Yeah.
So it's you're trying to brighten up the leaves, and then you get a halo, and it's just difficult. It's really, really, really difficult.
On this one, I think I might be tempted to darken the foreground rock, and only because I love foreground elements, and I continuously forget to put them in. So I love that rock is there.
It's bright.
It's very bright compared to the bridge, which I think is your main story.
It is. You're right, Christina. That's a great observation.
And then that would also apply to the smaller rock right below that great tree.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I love this. Where was this?
Oh, this is a footbridge in Central Park, New York.
Oh, okay.
I was visiting there. My wife was at a conference, and I went with her, and I was on my way out of the city. I was out walking for an hour and a half, and I had to run back to the hotel and get on an airplane and head back to San Francisco.
You do a lot of traveling.
Well, yeah, I guess relatively speaking, yeah. It's all compressed because we're looking at photos that I took while I was traveling. I mean, this was 2 years ago, you know.
Yeah.
Jacob, when you were pulling in a little bit,
I was just trying to look for a different composition, a different crop. These trees are really lovely, and I like the mirroring down here, and the same with the bridge.
Well, I kind of like it.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, but sometimes if you zoom in, you get a different kind of crop that's even more interesting. But I can't find any. I think this is the right crop.
Christina, what were you going to add?
Well, I think that you might want to look at it just by zooming in and seeing if it might take care of some of your sky problems too, and put that focus squarely onto that bridge.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to block it out. I'm like, what if I did a hole out of there too? I cloned a couple people out of here. Oh, you can see them. There's artifacts. Look on the left. Oh.
Yeah, that's a pain.
Oh man, that's embarrassing. This is early in my Lightroom career, so.
You mustn't be embarrassed. I'm still very early in my Lightroom career.
Yeah. I like the suggestion of a tighter crop. I'm going to write that down. Try different crops. I'm getting so many great ideas here. I want to go back and do all these photos again. Oh my God! I love it.
It's fun, but watching the critiques that Robin was doing, so many times she would say, let's look at this crop. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at my own photos and saying, I was trying to tell too big of a story. And now when I crop in, then I just have one main thing. So she's got me to look at it.
That's wonderful. What a great coaching there. I cannot remember. Someone famous said this, and it's kind of it really opened my mind. And that is that, photography. I spend a lot of time, or at least thinking about, painting and light and how to use light. And we start to realize about photography, or about painting rather, is that painting is an additive art form. You start with 0 and you add one thing at a time to get to what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Photography is subtractive. It's about removing things. And so it's a very different type of, it's backwards, right, for the brain, you know? I think that's why I get into trouble about, I didn't see that when I took the photo, you know, because your brain subtracted it.
Yes, yeah.
Not there in reality, you know?
Yeah, and then when you do the post-processing, you're doing kind of in between, because what I love about the post-processing process is that I feel like a painter. I'm not very good at painting, but I feel like I'm a painter when I start mixing, because I always do HDR, so I have several images, and when I put it through different filters, and I can kind of add all kinds of stuff I like. I can do dodge and burn, everything.
I'm waiting to see some of your videos, Jacob.
Sorry?
I'm waiting to see some of your videos.
Yeah.
On how you do this.
Cool.
Actually, I talked to some of the other people in our cohort about doing some kind of hangout where I show what I do.
You should.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd be there.
You know,
I would love to.
Go ahead and do it, and then post it in the stream on Robin's in the cohort.
Yeah. Just have to find out how I record it.
Oh, just use. Actually, you know what? I have a video. You just do a Google Hangout on Air, and I can send you. I made a quick video that I can shoot over to you.
I would love to have that.
Yeah, I will do that. I will make a note of that. Cool. All right, let's do the last one. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Oh yeah, this was we were in the Midwest, and they have a Old World Wisconsin kind of state park, and I just wanted to like create a scene that looked like maybe you were walking up to this farmhouse back in the late 1800s, you know.
I remember you wrote that, and that's exactly how it felt when I first looked at it.
Yeah.
This one right here, because I was so fascinated with the building, again I started scrolling in. And I think that this also could use a tighter crop, just because there's a lot of information or non-information, not quite that tight.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, right about here, I think that should be important. Only because there's not much story off to the left.
I like this a lot more. Yeah, you're right. Like, no, not needed. Yeah. And you just need that tree on the left to kind of frame, right? That's,
yeah.
Yeah, God, that's brilliant.
But actually, I like the big one as well, because it's really out of a story, a Wild West story thing, where you ride and ride and ride, and you get to finally you get to this house, and you just see these two benches and the trees, and it's just calm and peace.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Cool. All right, what are your guys' favorites? What are the 5 I need to bring forward, even though we got some work to do?
I think I marked them on there.
Sorry?
I think I marked them on in your album.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I always mark them. But
if you looked them from here, that's the thing that I don't like about Google Plus is there's really no way to, like, you can plus it or you can comment, but there's no way for me, like, I'm an engineer, so I'd love to see a grid with people's rankings. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like, anyway. All right, so would you mind if we just looked at it from here, if we go from top left to bottom right, 1 through 10?
Hobbit, Beach Boys, Apple Tree. Oh, I only got 2 left. Oh, that sucks. Bridge and the Coming Home. That's 1. That's 3.
Okay, yeah. So the
5. Yeah, so that's my 5.
So say
my 5.
You said
my
Apple.
5 would be.
Yep. Go ahead, Jacob.
That would be 2, 3, and 4, and then the apple tree, and Coming Home.
Is 3, 4, 5. It's number 6, and then 10. And then Christina, you said Your top three were the apple tree, right?
Apple tree, the Hobbit photo,
Yep.
the Beach Boys.
Beach Boys, got it. Yeah.
Wedding, the bridge, and coming home.
Got it.
But I mean, you know what? You could ask me tomorrow, and I would pick a different 5. I like all of them.
You both love 3. I'm just writing it down here. 6. That's funny. You both really like the coming home one a lot. That's crazy.
I think it's fantastic.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, and you have so much story in that one. You also have that in the Hobbit one.
Good to know. Okay, cool. 3. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. That. Really helps a lot. And I'm excited to try. It's interesting because we talked about, it's just always interesting, like what's working, what's good, and then what's the ones you should bring forward. You know what I mean? Like it's always nice to pick, but then you have to cut it off and you have to bring it forward.
Yeah.
It's challenging. It's very challenging to pick 5. But as I said before, both of your photography is more advanced than mine. So I'm looking at it and it's like, okay, I'm not voting for that one, but man, if I took that photo, I'd be so proud of it. It's hard.
That's sweet, Christina. Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we're all in this boat together. We're all on the journey. Okay, guys. Well, here's what I'll do. I'll stop the broadcast, but hang on for a minute, okay?
Okay.
So thank you. I just want to say, thank you so much for doing this hangout with me. I'm so glad we got to do 2 peer reviews. That worked out great, and really appreciate the time you guys put in as well. I'm excited. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna go publish this in the stream, and also I'll probably put it in the Grand Library too, because that's why part of the reason I'm working as an apprentice is to walk a mile in everybody's shoes and be in the company and be in the product like you guys are, and so.
Eat your own medicine.
Eat my own. Yeah, eat my own dog. Take my own medicine. Anyway, okay. Well, thanks. I'm going to stop the broadcast.